What is Brzee? Brzee is the sound that can activate your wealth consciousness. People are not able to have wealth in their life because of the absence of wealth consciousness. And Brzee is the mantra that was designed by this saint to give wealth consciousness to people. You know, if you wanted me to talk in terms of modern science, we have to make some adjustments in the brain. I have here my own brain. This is my brain of what Brzee does. Wayne Dyer, who promoted me, when I told him, you give a lecture for 2 or 3 hours, all that is needed is just one phoneme. And I just gave him the sound ah, it will do everything. And he did many miracles with that and wrote a book, Manifest Your Destiny, and dedicated to me. But now, at that time I did not know Brzee. Otherwise I would have given him the Brzee. Brzee came later on. And this Brzee sound is more specifically the sound that can activate your financial brain. And if you are a psychologist, you would know there are brains have been studied in terms of profession. For instance, a taxi driver's brain, a politician's brain, a financial guy's brain, they are all different. They are all different because one does not activate the other. And here, we are going to activate the financial brain, Brzee. Well, I have one goal, and that goal is to move human consciousness with its inherent scarcity consciousness to abundance consciousness. I want to repeat, to move human consciousness from its inherent scarcity consciousness to prosperity consciousness or wealth consciousness. And that is the goal. And once that is done, everything is done. It's not that you are going to chant Brzee and money is going to fall off the roof. No. Everything should happen within the brain, within the heart, within the soul. And then everything will happen. So it is a matter of changing your consciousness from scarcity to abundance. And how are we going to do that? We are going to use the sound, Brzee. Vishwamitra, the emperor, wanted to give a great life to his citizens, as great as his life, the king's life. But he knew that he can't do this with the money in the treasury. He will run out. So he wanted to use a technology, and that technology is Brzee. Let me change the minds of the people as good as I think. I have no scarcity of consciousness, but if they can get into that consciousness, then it is all done. And then he was coming up with this technology, a mind-changing technology, so that you all have a royalty consciousness. That was his idea. That's how Brzee came about. So I'm going to teach now this technique very differently. And that is going to be getting the sound into the whole personality, getting this sound to your DNA and even beyond. to your soul. And if we can get the sound to your soul, then that is the most important initiation. And in that initiation, the soul is much more powerful because it's the soul that animates the entire body-mind. So we go to the very root, and then water the, my guru used to say, water the root and enjoy the fruit.
Use this sound. This sound will help you to accomplish a lot of things that you cannot accomplish through the use of your mind. And then you will have tremendous success, both spiritually and I'm very grateful to this saint. The saint's name is Vishwamitra, who was the guru of Brahma. And this sound has miraculous power. 1200 years of meditation power is packed into this sound. Whenever you are in trouble, just say this sound a few times. You will find an answer. If you have a problem, say this sound. I just only become the man who transmits the sound. The sound belongs to the saint who is Vishwamitra, means the friend of the people. He's a friend because he wanted to help humanity. And he just, well, you just take this. You have a disease, use this. How can poor people, all the middle class people, will ever get to have money? It is not impossible, but it is very hard unless there is a miracle. That's what I'm going to talk about. This question became to haunt an emperor, a very benevolent emperor, Vishwamitra. And he knew as a king that it is not possible to give a great life for everybody. So he thought that the only way is to bring in God or a divine way, a miracle. And that miracle is in the form of a mantra that was given to me. And we will spend a lot of time on this sound that can give you both material and spiritual wealth. And that sound is the sound BRZEE, which I took on the request of this saint as my name. And a person spends 1200 years to create this sound. That is going to uplift humanity. And he comes up, this is it. Use this sound deep into your own brain, your own mind, your own consciousness through various devices, and BRZEE is one. BRZEE uses a sound to bring legibility. They have to be legible, visibility, and sounds are the very fundamental principle for creation. This is the finding of the rishis, the finding of quantum physics also. Even the particle is created by the strings, the sounds, and BRZEE is one of the strings.
one of the bosonic sounds, one of the fermionic sounds. And if you have the sounds, then you will understand how you can create. So what we are going to do? We are going to give this sound BRZEE into the third eye. The third eye is in the physical, not in the physical body, but in the astral body. But then there are physical correlates. And it comes under both the pituitary gland and the pineal gland. It's very interesting. According to the mystical traditions, the pituitary plays a very important role in scarcity consciousness. See, you want to make $1 million. The pituitary says, no, how? It's not possible. Your salary is only $10,000. How can you make $1 million? So it stops. The pituitary stops the thought. And then says, discards it. But whereas right above the pituitary is the pineal gland, it has the ability to do it. It can conceive of anything. There is nothing that it cannot conceive, the pineal gland and the DMT, the dimethyltryptamine that secretes there. So what we need to do, what we are going to do in this technique is we are going to get rid of the negativity of the pituitary by applying sounds there. And we are going to enhance the abundance of the pineal gland by working on that. Both of them are in the third eye. The third eye is starts from here and then goes here. It's a vertical eye in the subtle body. And then we also will do in the heart, but that will be in a different module. So that is how we are going to introduce BRZEE to your soul, which is your root. And this I have not done before. This is the first time I am doing it. That's a rediscovery. I have a few things that I am looking at here so that I don't want to miss anything. Now, the soul is not in your control. You have inherited this soul from your parents, both sides, grandparents, great-great-grandparents. They have contaminated it with scarcity consciousness. What are you going to do with that? So you are not going to be thinking, you are not thinking your own thoughts, you are thinking their thoughts. So although you try to bring your own thoughts and then read books like Napoleon Hill and say think and become rich, so you read that book, you are charged up and then say that I'm thinking rich and I'm going to make it work, and it doesn't. Why? Because of the soul. The soul that you have inherited is contaminated. So we have to remove this contamination. So if you want to know more about this, I have videos called Soul Genetics. Soul genetics is just as you have inherited